There we are. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone who is there. Good evening to anyone that is watching. Obviously, say hello if you are there. Be nice to hear from you. And had to get painting again, I suppose.
Yeah, do some painting, Tom. I'm in the darkest room in the house. Might appear light on here, but it's actually,
Yeah, I must admit, it does look like
luckily,
it sort of has dimmed a bit there, but it's alright.
I'm in a cave.
You're in a cave.
What better room to paint in than the darkest room?
Oh, this hasn't got mould, mate.
Exactly. It's not a mouldy room. I'm going to turn that lamp on. Hello, everybody. Sorry, this is bad TV. 1 second.
He's off already. He's had enough. Well, I better do some kind of juggling or something. That looks better. Do you have more light now?
I'm back.
Well done. You've solved your lighting issue.
I have solved my lighting issue.
Well,
back in the room.
Well, good evening to anyone who's watching. Hope everyone is doing very well this evening.
I hope so as well.
And if you're watching this at a later date, I hope you're doing very well at that particular moment in time as well. So you want to just be disproportionate to the live viewers.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully people are still watching this in a couple of years' time.
Looking back and remembering what it was like when we were all stuck at home for multiple days at a time.
Well, who knows, Tom? Maybe one of us will come down with some sort of memory loss. And the only way we regain our personalities is
by
to
rewatching all our
streams.
videos. Well,
I mean, that was my ulterior motive for this whole channel.
That's one way to get our views up as well. You'd be like Memento, you had to re-watch everything, sort of, to remind yourself every morning. You have like a little play tape or like 50 first dates.
Yeah, exactly. You can be my Drew Barrymore.
Right. You're the one with the memory loss, remember, not me.
Okay, Sean Astin. Look, you're one of the two.
Mr. Sandler.
So, Thomas.
Yes.
What are you currently painting there? It looks like a chaplain.
This is a chaplain that I'm currently painting, having just finished my new Master of the Forge. There you go.
Nice.
I was going to do my knight, but I started painting it here, and it's a bit unwieldy to do for a live stream. I think it requires too much kind of juggling around with the hands to sort of focus on another thing. So I figured I'd go to a slightly smaller model. So I've got two chaplains I'm working on. I have the Terminator chaplain, the limited edition one, and a Primaris chaplain. Yeah.
Equally as fancy.
So, and are you working on blood letters?
Well, spoiler. Tonight I've got them all mounted up. I've got a tray. Camera pick up tray of blood letters.
A smorgasbord of blood letters.
Or as we discovered in previous chats, a murder of blood letters. And so I will be working my way through these tonight.
Are you sure?
No.
You're not going to crack and stop halfway through?
Probably. Yeah, if anyone during this sit and chat sees me stop, please feel free to egg me on to carry on doing the actual. But until then, I'm going to carry on. A bit of dry brushing here.
Very well. I am doing white on my lovely capes. Because the Templars do like their black and white.
They do. There's no grey.
There's no grey area with Templars. It's either you're dead or you're not.
Exactly.
Heretic.
And who do we have in the chat tonight? Is there anyone who wants to
anyone there?
Their head above the parapet and say hello?
We'll say hello back. We promise. Nothing else.
Yeah, we won't be rude to you.
Unless you want us to be.
Who says hello.
Yeah. I mean, if Vicky's watching. you know, although she does have the advantage of being able to physically hurt me if I say something she doesn't like. So.
Biff. Pow. Right in the kisser.
And, there we go. So how are you coping with your bloodlet situation, really?
Yeah. I'm going to be glad when they're done. I'm doing 30 now, and I think I've probably got maybe 30, 40 painted at the moment.
So I guess he's a 60 then. Odd.
Around 60, maybe 70.
Hello,
so,
Dave.
I can't actually wait to stop doing them because I don't think I'm ever going to need 100 bloodletters.
You say that, but sounds like a bit of a
Maybe, hello, Dave. Maybe if I get close to 100, like I work out I've got 80, I might just go, what the hell? Let's go for it. 20 more.
Yeah, I suppose it's that. Yeah, it's like when you're doing orcs, I suppose. Sort of you get to a certain amount of boys, think, well, I've gone this far. You might as well make it 300.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I've also hopefully at the weekend, once I'm trying to finish this night before Saturday, so that Vicky can play the Imperial Knights faction.
Oh, nice.
Probably against my Templars. I think I'm gonna break out the old Spartan. For a little bit of a run out. I haven't had him out for a while actually. It's very rare he actually gets to play games because of the points cost on the damn thing.
Yeah, Spartan is rather a big investment, isn't it, to put into a 2,000 point game?
494 points actually.
Blimey.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points. That is all your eggs in that big.
No, just 5 Terminators and the Emperor's Champion.
Oh.
But I could put my whole army in it probably.
Yeah, exactly.
It does have a good yeah. All 3 of them. No, but no. So I've just been trying to add some stuff to my Templars this week actually. Really, hence why I've done that Master of the Forge because having read through the rules on Faith and Fury in the the upgrade section, I was actually these are actually quite good. Hadn't really explored them before. And then I realised I had one sitting around anyway, so I thought, oh well, get that in there. Because I want to run it in once I've got I'm planning on picking up 3 more Demos Predators, the Laser Destroyer ones, so that I can run him with them as my kind of Templar backline. Because I'm trying to keep the front of it mainly combat based, obviously, because that's kind of how they roll. But yeah, so, and I believe I think you're spending money on renovating your man cave, aren't you?
The studio, yes, I am. Yeah.
Yes.
So it needs, as we had said a few times over the chat, had some issues. It flooded. Currently got no lighting in there. So all the videos I've been recording have had to be during daytime. Yeah, so it's an ongoing project, and it's one of those investments that you go, oh well, I could spend the money on some fancy Forge World biddies or whatever, but at the same time, if I'm buying fancy Forge World biddies, it'd be quite nice to see them rather than have them in the dark. So yeah, unfortunately, it's a hard call, but
no, I think it's a good idea because it's where you do all your hobbying. So why would you not want to get up to scratch? That's what I say.
Exactly.
The other reason that I moved into this room. So
Yeah, very nice, Thomas. I'm a big fan of that room.
Why is that?
There's many a game in there where I've thrashed you.
Oh.
I
actually can't remember the last time I played a game actually in here because obviously early on into my experimentations of actually playing games in here, I realised it was just too small. Really.
It is a bit too small.
Yeah. Especially when you've got 2 people trying to cram around a board with it up in the middle. I think if I had nothing else in here, it would be fine. but having all the display cases around the side of the room as well, it just pinches too much space. So,
yeah, bit of a shame, isn't it?
question is, where do other people? I mean, where does the majority of other people here hobby? I mean, is it like at a desk, or do you have your own little room for it? You know, so it's a good question.
Or a little paint station on your lap.
Yeah, little tea tray.
Or in the car.
I have done it. I have done painting in the car, I will admit, on my lunch breaks. Sometimes quite a while ago, but it got a bit tedious getting all the bits in and out. You know, every time when it's do it. And when you only have an hour's lunch break, although that sounds like a lot of time, by the time you get yourself set up, you're kind of like, oh well, better start packing up then.
Yeah, exactly.
But on the grounds I don't have lunch breaks, maybe it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, exactly. It's all a bit at the moment. The wife tries to sneakily take something from the room.
Ooh.
Not cause an accident. She's a bit like you, Tom, in some ways, where he's
clumsy, you mean?
Clumsy. God. Wives, who would have one, eh?
Well, next year, mate.
Evening.
Hello.
I believe this gentleman joined us.
Well, the John Sonata. I'm going to go with that. That's my pronunciation. If I've done it wrong, I apologise. But good evening to you, sir. Glad to have you with us.
Master of dad jokes. Tom, have you seen the poll I put up earlier on Instagram?
I actually haven't seen your latest one. No.
Who have we got today? Good one.
Sure.
It's so Mudley and Dick Dastardly are after a new aircraft.
A new aircraft.
Hatch the Pigeon. I think the choices were a Dakar jet, a Necron Night Scythe, the Death Watch thingy flyer.
Mate, you had me at Dakar jet.
Yeah. I mean, Dakar jet, isn't it? And a Dark Elder flyer as well. And it's Dakar jet.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, if you're a dad, you can have the bad joke card. That's fine, mate.
Definitely. Yeah. It's actually something you get in hospital.
Oh, I see. Obviously, I probably won't experience this particular affliction myself, but
yeah, it's after you get handed your child and you suffer from PTSD, you also get a certificate saying that you can give out dad jokes when necessary.
Oh, I see. So that does explain your kind of downward slide of good humour since you've had the kids. I'm sorry.
Thomas, you're on thin ice, mister.
Can't use your fatherly voice with me. Doesn't work. Oh man, I was so today when I got back, I was sort of trying to repair this tech room as I was telling you earlier, and I started opening up all these boxes, and I realised how much other stuff I hadn't even put on my shelf to paint. I had, and I was just like, so I have another 30 Marines in this box that I need to do. So yeah, the Crusade is probably going to expand a little bit, I think, but it's going to be company veterans. Not Crusaders, because I want to try some company veterans out. Probably going to do 20 of them.
So it's interesting, Tom. You've picked to do that. Is it because they're worth more points and you want to beat me in the points game?
Now look, just because I'm paying a lot of Templar and Imperial units right now doesn't mean I'm in any kind of arms race. And
sub the man cave.
Just like full drill cha-ching.
What are we painting tonight, Tom?
What are we painting? Oh, I was doing my knight. However, I'm now on this chaplain here. Sorry, the camera's not great for focusing on like objects, but it's the it's a limited edition Terminator one, wasn't it? That came out a few years ago. I managed to pick one up a little while ago, and I thought I'd get him ready to roll. And then I've also, to keep the chaplain theme going, I have a Primaris chaplain, which I'm working on next. And obviously I've got my, you can probably just see over here, I've got a few knights on my table over here. I'm only actually painting one of them, but because I'm planning on having a knights game this weekend, hopefully, with Vicky, other half. She's going to play knights, I'm going to play my Templars, I'm going to bring a Spartan, we're going to have lots of fireworks.
Nice.
That's the plan anyway. I mean, you know, and some combat troops to try and tickle the knights' toes, because I do want to try and have some combat units in my Templar army, not just all shooting, because that would be very un-Templary of
me. Nice. And for myself, I showed you at the beginning of, I think you're obviously coming in a bit later than I started. So I'm currently working my way through my murder of bloodletters. Yep. It just, I think putting them on this board has actually made them more intimidating to paint.
You should put them behind you and just taken one and gradually transfer them forward, because then it feels like you're actually getting somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I have painted the Herald, which I will put a picture up on Instagram tonight if you want to see it. So the Herald is finished.
Very nice, by the way.
How these
Very
turned
nice.
out. So I've just got these guys to do it. Jeez. So many of them.
It already looks like you're getting distracted, mate.
I keep looking at them. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I set myself this goal to do these, and I have started painting a World Eater champion. I've painted a Rhino. I've painted a Exalted champion. A Herald. And so, yeah, these bloodletters are still going. Although I'm getting to the point where it's not going to take me much longer, and then I can actually paint something that isn't completely red and spiky.
I mean, to be fair though, if it's making you finish other models, is it such a bad thing?
No, it's true. It's true.
Oh yeah, Dom, I forgot to say. This made its way onto the.
That's a hunter.
That is the hunter, yeah. It made its way onto the paint desk. So, you know, I know you're. It's coming. It's got some paint on it, mate. Don't you worry.
For simple models, it takes so long in a big batch. They do. They really do. I mean, like, I'll run through, in case anyone is actually interested how to paint a bloodletter. I'll run through my thoughts on how I do my bloodletters. So this guy's way off at the moment. So Tom, if you want to do bloodletters, this is how I do it.
Yeah.
I talk to you directly. So the main body here is I do corn red, and then I do the hilt of the sword, and that's a brass scorpion, I think it is the name. That's the brass color. Then bolt gun metal on the sword, and the horns and the spikes and the fins and stuff I leave black, but I dry brush grey.
Okay.
So after that, I agrax the whole shebang, do the whole thing. That adds a bit of depth to the copper and a bit to the sword. So the sword I can still kind of do a bit of dry brushing on if I feel like, but I tend to just do blood for the blood god on the sword. The red, however, I then dry brush Wazdacker. And then on top of the Wazdacker, I do a little bit of that Evil Sun Scarlet.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Good, a very light bit of Evil Sun. So it's got like 3 shades of red on them. So they've got a bit of depth to them. And the dry brush for the grey kind of gets taken out by the wash, so it's just very dull. So it appears more black than grey. And then the eyes I do orange, and the tongue I do blood for the blood god, because it's a nice glossy kind of wet look.
Yeah,
that's it. So it's not the most complicated paint scheme in the world. I'm sure other people are, take it.
But everyone has
take it up to 11.
Their style, don't they? And also their level that they want to get a model to. It doesn't always necessarily have to be the best thing on the board, does it? It's just has to be fitting your theme as well sometimes. Which is quite
exactly.
I mean, I'll tell you. I mean, yeah, as you know, a little while ago, I was painting grots, and Dom will remember that it actually broke me. Um, and I stopped painting for about 3 months after doing 30 grots for my collection of mech guns. So yeah, it's just sometimes these things can really do you in. I mean, at the moment, actually, I must admit, I'm very positive about painting at the moment.
Yep.
I haven't been able to put the brush down for about 2 months now, so I've really been churning through lots of stuff, which is actually quite good because I haven't actually bought anything either. So I'm actually gradually making my way through a new model that I haven't painted, which is novel for me because I do normally buy a fair few models now and then.
Yeah. So, guys in the chat, is there any like bulk projects you've done that have actually broken you and you've decided never again?
Or that you just need a little break, a little breather.
Yeah. Another one for me was the when I did the Necron Immortals. So I've got
Oh yeah.
40 Immortals, and I did them. And after you do, I don't want to do them again.
You don't need any
A
more, though,
lot
do
of Immortals. Oh, I don't know, Tom. Never say never. You know.
You don't fancy sort of maybe buying another 30 then, and sort of just whipping through them, mate. But I suppose the problem with Necrons is it's very similar colour all over, isn't it? It's more about how you
and
shade it
no.
and
I
do,
mean,
I suppose.
it's
And
probably the same thing about these bloodletters. It's like it's not the most complicated paint scheme in the
no,
world for my Necrons, but it's just the bulk of them, and it's so repetitive. Because even like these are more dynamic than Necron Immortals. Necron Immortals are all pretty much in the same pose.
yeah, no, it's I think also depending on the pose and model, also it depends on how easy they are to paint as well. I would say how open the pose is. There's some models which you just look at and go, oh Christ, I wish I'd done a sub assembly on it, or or something like that. And you're like, and luckily bloodletters are quite open posed, aren't they? So at least you've got that going for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a bit like I think we said previously about if you're going to have a model fully assembled when you're painting it. It's nice if it's into like an assault pose, so you can actually get in and do the arms, the inside of the arms, the outside without a problem. A bit different if they're holding a bolt gun or a las gun or something. You've got to try and tuck your brush in.
So he's got a 20. Yeah, oddly enough, Tom, it seems to be a bloodletter theme on breaking people. So you might be on a losing streak here on this one, mate. You might be just get the airbrush out. Ah! I must admit, I haven't explored the airbrush yet myself. It's something I've probably been on the edge of doing. I think, just to sort of try it. I'm not necessarily going to switch over to doing it, but I've always been a brush painter myself. I know it's got some really good uses for, especially if I'm doing like marine armies, because the base colour is always the same for most of the armour. So
yeah, I mean, like back in the day, I did have a job doing models of airbrushes, like on quite a big scale. But I think if I was to go airbrushing now, I'd start a brand new course and then go airbrushing from day one, rather than have half my army
keep it
brush
consistent.
painted. Yeah, and then suddenly change my whole style and do an airbrush. But yeah, I think it's a big skill in getting a nice finish on an airbrush as well. It's brush painting.
So it's good to have in a toolbox. I think that's the way you look at it, isn't it? If you can use it as a tool now and then, it's quite handy. I mean, for base coating models, it'd be fantastic because you can get that colour you want straight away rather than sort of building it up. So yeah, I might have a look at it. I think one day, just maybe like you said, maybe if I started a new army, God knows what that army's going to be.
Corn demons?
No, you've already got them. I can't do them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No. Obviously, I've done Death Guard. Death Guard. I think with an airbrush is probably not.
Maybe custodes, Tom.
Oh God, no. I have no interest in doing custodes. I must admit. I mean,
going back to the corn. Sorry, going back to the corn demon thing, just a slight tangent. I found myself, so I paint these 30 bloodletters painting, and I found myself cutting myself a lot more and spiking myself in the hand. It's like, you know, it's almost a sign
Well, yeah,
that we're doing
yeah,
it wrong.
to stop painting and work on your dexterity, mate.
Yeah.
And hello there, Marat.
Hello.
How you doing? All right. Thank you for joining us.
Marat has a lovely little Star Wars Yoda icon there.
Oh no, let's not going to Star Wars again. We've had some debates on the latest Star Wars recently, which was quite funny.
Hello, Marat. Are you doing some hobbying with us tonight?
The brush is great. Yeah, I agree. I think bulk color would be perfect for that. If I'm totally honest, I think I might consider it for my Grey Knights if I go back to doing them. Because actually the colour scheme I've got on them is barely anything, really. I think I just blocked in gold parts, and that was pretty much my thing. I based it silver, washed it, and then put some gold on it, and that was my Grey Knights back when I first started them.
Yeah.
I think
the thing about vehicles as well, like we've got all that terrain to paint at some point, and an airbrush would be very handy.
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially the finish you get on them as well. I think it does look superior sometimes to a brush. It just looks cleaner. I think that's the.
Maybe mix it up a bit and do a bit of both. Yes, Marat. Yeah, we're just saying about airbrushes, how there's a difference and different experience with airbrushes. Yeah, it does look very fancy. Especially you see the airbrush effect on like Drukhari and
Tau. I think it works really
Tau
well on
and,
Tau.
Yeah, Harlequins as well. Like some of the stuff is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. I think I'd definitely have to take some lessons on it. I think if I was going to do it, or at least some form of tutorial, and stop myself buying like whatever kit it is straight out the back. Just make sure I do some research on it. don't just walk into the shop, like this one time that Dom made me buy a massive Space Marine force.
This is lies, by the way.
Nah.
Tom has a purchasing problem.
I used to have a purchasing problem. I've calmed down
a bit like
lot.
Renaud Rider in a shop sometimes. Oh, my purchase. Although he does pay for it.
I do. Yeah, I don't just run out.
Andrew's dress runs out.
You can't hide those 6 knights. Come back here.
Benny Hill music infused.
With the new contrast paint, you paint the whole infantry first, and there's a fair. I mean, I must admit, I haven't tried contrast yet. I think I don't know. I think maybe I'm a bit too set in my ways to go to contrast. I think I've got so many techniques for doing, the basis of armor and things like that now. I think if I was going to do contrast, I'd start a whole, like I said, start something new.
Wish I knew contrast when start about that.
Are there armies I use different to complete other methods to paint? No, not. I don't. I suppose by method, I mean, my main method is batch painting normally. That's my only method really. Unless it's a character. I mean, even characters, I'm currently at least doing 2. I can't just do 1. I have to have something else on the go because I'm notoriously a bit impatient to let paint dry. So I have to. It's literally there as a stopgap to go and work on another model while the other one dries, and I feel like I'm still doing something. So yeah, but method-wise, I think it's always been brush, really, for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty much the same with Tom, but I tend to like have different styles maybe for different armies more than method. So like we were just saying a minute ago, my Necrons, I've gone like uber weathering, and like lots of glazes and the blues are there, and yet compared to a lot of my other armies, like my Chaos tends to be very red. A bit of weathering, but not quite as excessive as my Necrons, and then my Guard, green, dark green, a lot more realistic in my opinion. So there's a lot of different styles I kind of kick in and do different methods that way, but not like I think has you're questioning like contrast or airbrushing or standard brush painting.
The other thing, Like for instance, I have different levels of quality painting as well, in my opinion, for certain armies. Um, so I would regard my Templar force as being nearer to tabletop standard than, say, my Red Scorpion army. Um, However, I have noticed in the last few weeks I've been gradually, I think because I've been doing a lot of painting, I've noticed certain models have becoming better looking just because I've been doing more. So it's like getting your eye in after a while, you know. So you start making less mistakes. I mean, I would personally say my Master Forge is a bit better than some of my other Space Marine characters now for Templars. I think
Yeah.
personally, I think he just looks better than. So it makes you want to go back and pick maybe my Emperor's Champion up or Helbrecht or Grimold. Well, actually, say I've done Grimoldus and my Terminator Chaplain, the metal one. I've already redone them and they came out quite nice as well. So
Yeah, I mean, contrast. I've been tempted because I've got an AOS army,
hmm,
and I've been tempted to maybe try contrast with those and see how it goes, um, and see if it's a lot quicker to use contrast paints rather than necessarily do a different method.
that's fair enough, right? Yeah, I mean, I said I mean, we always have people that I think like the creation side of it more. I think as well, which is quite a valid part of the hobby, obviously. Um, just sometimes making the models that you get from games which look even better by a few little adjustments. I mean, for me, I think I'm quite bad at that personally. I prefer to paint them in their standard form, and my versions of mods is basically going, oh, I've got a new shoulder pad, I'll whack that on there, or I'll buy the kit for the Templars because it has the chains on it rather than doing it myself. Which I know you've made quite a few little conversions for your World Eaters though, Dom.
Yeah, so conversion wise, I've got a few conversions for my World Eaters because I kind of wanted to, like, I think a key part of doing an army is that you have a theme.
Yeah.
And you kind of run with it, and so like especially a lot of my especially my World Eaters, I kind of went with a gladiator theme, and a lot of the models as well. Sometimes the models you might get, especially for World Eaters, for instance, be quite dated. So you've got to kind of mix up a bit. So you do a lot of kit bashing, converting, and trying something. And the same with my guard as well. A lot of my tanks have added bits
Yeah,
in.
your tanks are really good, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, so like chimeras, for instance, I've got the heavy stubbers, but the heavy stubbers are like coaxial with the heavy bolters in the turret rather than pintle mounted. And yeah, they've got lots of little bits on there.
Also, you
So
made your
yeah,
salamander, didn't you, as well? Remember correctly?
I did. Yeah, if
Yes.
you go on our Instagram, my salamanders I've made are on there, and I'm really proud of how they turned out.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah,
No, did
yeah.
you? I can't remember. Did you buy the support vehicle? Was that a Forge World model?
No, yeah, it's Forge
Yeah, that
World
was a
model, so
Forge
I
World. Yeah,
purchased that one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
There
for
are some
me,
ones.
on a similar level, rather than although I don't necessarily do the conversions myself, for my Templars, I do try and make sure that they have that Templar theme to them by using the provided supporting kits because I don't think they look right otherwise. And I found that unfortunately, the current Templar kit, sort of, especially if you try and do Primaris, is quite difficult because obviously nothing fits with it anymore, really. But also, it's weird because I found recently the Jump Marines, for instance, the chest pieces have different fittings to the kit. So if you wanted to try and, so I had to do a lot of modding for my ones to get the cloaks on the front. I had to carve out inside the chest a little bit on the inside of the join because they've put the holes on the other side now. So you had when you put your torso together, you normally got two little holes and then two pins that basically fit together to hold the torso together. They reversed them on the Assault Marines, so they're on the opposite side. So you had to cut off, that section of the Templar kit model, and also it doesn't line up with the poses either. So you had to trim away bits at the back of the cloaking as well to get the legs to fit under them and things like that, which is just a bit of a pain.
So Marat, but so contrast is very good for my style. Yeah, so like paint. My main tip for painting is such a cliche, but it is literally just keep going. Like sometimes your models are going to look quite terrible, but eventually they're going to get better and better until you're more happy with them. I mean, I'm not anywhere near good as some of the guys that you see online or other people in our group or people we know. But at the same time, you always compare yourself, I think, as well to them.
Well, it's like, I mean, this is an example. This is something from quite a while ago. I regard that as terrible now because it looks more like an Iron Warrior than a Templar, in my opinion. I had this very weird phase when I was doing Templar vehicles to do them silver and gold for some reason. I don't know why. But I stopped that and converted everything back to black and white, obviously, as you know, Dom, because I think all my vehicles are now black and white. But I've since found a few things that I hadn't quite got around to doing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I think what's the thing? That you kind of, even now, you might, like when you're painting something, you might picture how you want it to turn out, but then you've got to kind of have this your toolbox, and basically kind of work with what you know. And if you're not good at something in particular, you just try another method.
Yeah.
Tom, I think I want you to show them your biker again.
Oh, the biker. Sorry. I'll hold it up here for a second. If it's your focus.
Focus on there.
Yes, it's not. I mean, you get the gist of it. And so.
For a moment, I thought it had a Chaos backpack.
No, it's an apothecary. It was an apothecary on biker, which is now obviously a Legends unit. And then I haven't got any of my recent ones, but I've got some other ones that I have done. I think they're unfortunately in one of my boxes. I can't get it out at the moment, but yeah. So yeah. Did you see that right at that time, Marat? I did hold up for a bit. Hopefully, there's a little delay in the stream, so I can't tell if you've seen the bit I've already done. He has, that's right. He's got it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. I'm just here going. You seen it? You see it? Please. People just chilling in. Why is he showing that bike again?
He loves that biker.
It looks terrible.
Such a white scar player.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't think I could do that much white if I'm totally honest. Although I must be, I'm reasonably good at doing white now because I forced myself to learn that for my apothecaries from my Red Scorpions. And I find that particular method I can apply to a lot of white models, especially for like chaplain stuff as well. Because my chaplains are going to have white cloaks in this one here because I want them to really stand out from the black. As I noticed, these two models have really got big cloaks on them as well in comparison to some of the other chaplain models where it's much more armor, especially like the jump pack one is very armor orientated.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's keeping an eye. I mean, I'd like to see. I don't know. I'd like to see a remade Grimoldus as well at some point, possibly Primerifies. Yeah, I think it would be really cool. Because I think he's one model that they could probably do quite nice. I mean, Hellbricks is obviously more the likely one if they were going to do one.
Captain No Hands.
Captain No Hands, yeah. I mean, the other thing is that you could see an Emperor's Champion being done, I suppose, because it's quite, it's more of a. I was actually quite surprised. Obviously, speaking of the Emperor's Champion, obviously, I think you saw Games Workshop's post, but they're doing the low cost models battle at the moment. Don't know if you saw that. Under 100 points. I was very surprised the Emperor's Champion wasn't in that first bout. Actually, he's only 75 points.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing more bouts of the same points level.
They did the medium one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's missed out because he would be in the lower bracket.
Yeah.
He's only. That's a shame. I think maybe it's because he was too good.
Maybe.
You know he is, Tom. You're scared of him.
So, what's everyone else in the chat working on tonight? If you're doing a bit of hobbying with us, we're just listening to our sexy tones.
Yeah. As we ramble on about stuff.
Empress Champions.
Emperor Champion. Now look, nothing wrong with an Emperor Champion. You know this. Just because he's beaten you in many duels.
Look, I've invested recently in a lot of exalted champions for my chaos.
Oh, I can't wait to chop them down.
Next time.
Chop them all down.
Yeah.
Well, in that next Apocalypse game, That's got to be a duel that happens.
I'll get Khan.
The other thing I noticed, obviously, I was talking to you today, Don, about one of our slightly older Apocalypse videos from 2 years ago. It seems to be unearthed by our subscribers and has climbed our viewing rankings to top, which is quite
Everyone
interesting.
loves Apocalypse.
I mean, it's 50. I think it's almost hit 60,000 views, which for us is quite good. But I also think that's probably driven from the fact that it's a points-based one and not this current version of Apocalypse. But I think people prefer to watch that than the other ones, I suspect. But we'll see, because hopefully we can get to do our one in a few months and do something pretty spectacular. Although just playing a game with you at the moment would be good, mate, to be honest. I think that would be just a good starting point. You've got to get your eye back in, mate, because I mean, you haven't played, what, 3 months now?
I know.
I might even have to let you win. Well, you know, me and Vicky now, as you said, we're becoming meta players because of the amount of 40k
Oh,
we're
yeah,
playing every
definitely,
week.
yeah.
Yeah. You tell by the list we build.
If you went to a tournament and played against Crimson Fists, you're going to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Vicky should know what to do about
or maybe you don't.
Oh, Mr. Fellhand's being painted there. It's a one-off project. Oh, okay. He can't paint because got a conference call going on in the background. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, don't want to anger people.
Yeah, so tonight I'm in the, as you might see, I'm not in the normal location. I've moved into the dining room. So I'm keeping my voice relatively low because there are children directly above me, and I don't really want them kicking off because you will hear them on the mic.
Do you really think that GW will release a Primaris Black Templar model? I think they will, but I think we might have to wait a little bit. I wouldn't say anything this year, obviously, because of current. I mean, but I think there will be something. Because I think you'll probably think this is probably true, Don, as well, that they're going to do some more combat-focused Primaris.
Yes, definitely.
And I think that naturally ties in with kind of. I mean, Templars are one of the Blood Angels, all this kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know if Templars will be the first one, but I think they will get something at some point. I mean, I think it's quite a popular chapter personally. But
it would be nice.
You don't know these things.
Like Black Templars already like robed figures generally, aren't they? And there are other chapters, like for instance Dark Angels, that are robed, and Blood Angels that are robed. And I see there's like a market there that they could release a kit, maybe for a veteran kit with robed bodies, and they could kind of do something, and then you just add a couple of little Maltese crosses, and away you go.
Yeah.
But I think maybe a specific Black Temper model. I don't know. I don't think there's any rush really.
No, I mean
it's a bit of a shame.
I like to stay optimistic. I mean, to be honest, I was actually quite happy with the Faith and Fury book myself. Don't know how other people thought that. I mean, I actually like the Faith and Fury book. For Templars, I think obviously Dom didn't quite get as good treatment for his word bearers, but
to be fair,
it was better than nothing.
We've had worse, and it's actually there's a lot of that book that's good. It'd just be nice to, like we're saying here, like Moret's saying about Templars. It'd be nice if word bearers got one model.
Yes.
Not asking for a squad.
Yeah.
One model.
It's like a character with some rules. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, GW just like hitting it out of the park every couple of months. This thing will come out. Everyone will be like, "Wow, this is amazing!" And it's only a matter of time before like Black Templars or word bearers get a model. I mean, what about Sigismund for 30k? Could you not use him for 40k?
Yeah, I could really bash him. I could kit bash him into something. Yeah, I mean, that would be quite cool. I mean, technically, he's not really about anymore, mate.
Spoilers.
But I agree. Templars are not easy to play. I have found this out obviously firsthand multiple times. I must admit I'm starting to get the hang of it now a bit more as the more games I play. Um, Melee is difficult to play, I agree, and Dom will probably agree with that as well. It's not the easiest thing to sort of get right.
Yeah. You definitely, if you've got a melee focused army, you're on an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you need some bits to kind of kick in. I mean, Templars have got a great chapter tactic as it is, like reroll charges, pretty cool.
And then
they just need a few more little tools in their toolkit to kind of go out and go, oh well, we've got these as well, or we've got this new Primaris combat unit that's suddenly come in, which kick off.
I mean, I like their super, their super doctrine thing, for the assault phase, because actually, when you roll a 6, you automatically wound. You don't have to hit roll to wound. If you roll, hit 6 in combat, it passes straight through. I quite like that, but it's all about getting numbers of attacks, and I do feel that the only way you can do that is possibly like a Crusader squad, really. And as you know, they're not the most durable of units, or the cheapest if you run them at max size. So, but I do like them. I wouldn't play them in a competitive setting, I must admit. I would, dare I say it, take scouts as troop choices because there's other better.
You mean pure neophytes?
Yeah, pure neophytes. Yeah.
Wink.
But the weird thing is, because obviously, with regards to like, our kind of fluff, we don't have scouts. They're supposed to be trainees underneath the initiates. But there's a stratagem in Faith and Fury for scouts specifically, for scout squads, which I found quite interesting. So, and yeah, and also Murat, if you don't like mistakes, don't watch my Black Templar videos. Although I've got I've come up with a list for a tournament soon. I think there's one I showed you the other day, Dom, which I quite like the look of. And it's using a triple Demos Vindicator Laser Destroyer back line and then lots of combat units. Which I think would be interesting to play. We'll have to see. But yeah, as much as I love my Templars, the amount of game time I have with them, because I've got lots of armies, I haven't really had a lot of game time recently, and I've been trying to get my head wrapped around the Faith and Fury stuff. But unless you can play every week, it's quite difficult, in my opinion, to get the experience you need.
Yeah, and like, especially for instance, doing the channel, we like to give you guys a bit of variation. So necessarily Black Templars or Word Bearers or whoever won't appear necessarily in every game, because it can be a bit boring. Although every Apocalypse game does seem to be Imperium vs Chaos, which is awesome.
So looking forward to it, mate. Honestly, I'm really excited. Just want to have because also me and obviously who watch our Apocalypse videos, me and Dom tend to have a big old grand melee in the middle of the board because we try and make it happen that way. So we might even like avoid shooting each other's troops just for this to happen.
Yeah. Yes. Don't worry, Tom. We won't fire on you.
Thank you, Murat. Glad you enjoy our battle reports. So we're still making some changes at the moment. Well, I am anyway, because Dom's not really able to film at the moment. So sadly, but
maybe I'll do some one-player narrative game.
Oh, is that Mr. Dazza? I think it is. You did wait an hour though, mate. To be fair, so he had us worrying. You don't worry. The overall style won't change, by the way. Right? It's just we are making some tweaks because we want to try and. I mean, I personally want to try and expand to other audiences as well, so that everyone feels like they can watch it. So I think there's some middle ground to be had. So. Because I know I'm very conscious that some people like the shortness of the battle report as well. Oh, he's been at a quiz. I remember you saying. Apologies, Daryl. You did actually say yes.
For those unfamiliar, Daryl has appeared on our channel a few times with his various armies. His Admech, his Aldari.
I don't know if he's done
and
Blood Angels
Death
yet.
Guard. He hasn't done his Blood Angels yet.
No, I'd have him down for that at some point.
Spoiler: Blood Angels may appear on the channel at some point. But yeah, no, he's got a very nice painting scheme, and he's a very fun person to play against. Except for that, that's where the compliments go.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you're getting, Daryl.
But we no more. Don't want his head filling up too much.
Yeah. Too right. What was your quiz on, Daryl? Just as a slightly sidetracked conversation there. Oh, this white's looking about right now. Oh, he's just seen the compliments bit.
Hashtag blush.
See, what you should do is you should do loads of compliments and then do a massive range of insults and just watch it, because obviously you can see as it hits in kind of timed motions. You eating cake, Dom? Unbelievable.
Oh man, I'm kind of hoping you wouldn't notice. It's almost been an hour and I've been eating cake on the side.
No, I definitely noticed. I have water.
I was trying to pick when you were looking away from the camera.
But why? Why are you trying to hide the cake from me? Have I already tried Assault Centurions? I haven't actually got any Assault Centurions. I've just got standard Centurions, Devastator Centurions. So, hopefully one day I'll get some. Just not on my list at the moment. So, and
did you try everything?
Oh yeah, honestly, I mean, there's lots of stuff I want to get. It's just, I'll tell you what I have bought though recently. Obviously, I got the Conquest magazines came on sale individually recently, so I've bought some of the Death Guard units and some aggressors off their kit as well. So I'm going to add them to my Templars, some Boltstorm aggressors, because I actually quite like them in combat and shooting. They're quite good because they got the Parafists.
Nice. Good, Tom. Yeah, I'm.
You right there, mate?
Yeah, just having a read of the chat.
Ah, okay. It's like you're squinting. Do you need some glasses, Dom? It's okay.
My eyesight is perfect, Tom. Do not worry about that. My hearing, probably not so much, but my eyesight, definitely.
Eyesight's perfect.
Yep.
Don't Blood Angels have Assault Centurions? Oh, they're not in the Codex. Maybe. Oh, interesting. I thought they had access to them now. Maybe I'm.
Sanguinial Guard. I've never been. I played against them a few times. I haven't been overly impressed. But then again, most of the armies I've played against them, they don't normally have much of a chance before they get kind of wiped off the board. But the potential is definitely there.
And Marak, I have to apologise for chatting. It's more than all right. We enjoy the feedback and back and forth chit chat. It's all good. That's what this is for. That's what we're here to do. And eat cake.
Eat cake.
You bastard.
Eat Victoria sponge.
Oh, it's my favourite kind of cake as well. Unbelievable. Although, has it got fresh cream in the middle of it?
No.
Right.
Short brought.
Get out.
The purchase is for my neighbour. For VE Day.
Oh yeah.
Happy belated VE Day for everyone in across the world, I suppose. And then, Tom, a little bit of gossip for you.
Oh.
They were not socially distancing. So you know what I said? I'm eating your cake. So.
Oh, I see. This is where you find out you're it's very British way of dealing with it. It's sort of, did you look at them over the fence as well while you were eating? You could be having this.
I could hear them. Yeah.
Oh dear, mate, that's quite
Yeah,
funny
that's
actually.
probably the most British thing I've said. So I ate the Victoria sponge to teach them a lesson. I
And they
didn't eat
they don't
pumpkin.
even know it. They're just sitting there wondering, why do you keep giving us the stink eye and mentioning cake? I don't
Yeah,
understand. Where's my lead pelcher gone?
doesn't look like you're socially distancing. Um,
Oh, that'd be brilliant to see actually. What's this? Yeah, great match. My eye. Black Temp. Oh, he plays Black Tempers and Blood Angels. Ah, well, both good choices. I was always tempted by Blood Angels army, but I feel like I've got too many Marine armies now. I
Tom, what
suspect.
would your next army be after the Sisters? Oh, you got your tower as well, haven't you? Jeez.
I'm doing the tower. I mean, the tower's kind of obviously a joint project with me and Vicky. Um, but if I was to do my own army, I'm not actually sure. I mean, I've always liked the thought of demons. I've tried them before, and I didn't quite get into them. But I don't know if that's just because I
Have a
just
collection.
yeah, exactly. That's it. But yeah, I don't know if I'd start anything too serious at the moment. Because ultimately I've got something from every kind of faction, as in sort of every kind of like I've got Xeno, I've got Chaos, I've got basically
Imperial.
Imperial stuff. It's all kind of I've got something that covers each area, which is what
Oh,
my
Tom, I'll tell you what we haven't mentioned. So, guys, if you haven't told you already, we're doing our faction focus
oh
Fridays,
yes
and this Friday we will be covering the Sons of Angron. We'll be covering the World Eaters.
yes
Oh, yeah.
I've done my research.
Have you?
Yeah,
You've
I
been
cut.
doing research already?
No, I just cut my hand
Yeah. Huh?
and then put blood everywhere. That was my research.
Oh, good. As long as you can keep bleeding until Friday, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll just smear it over the webcam. Then I'll just scream at the webcam for an hour and a half straight. While you do all the important stuff. But no,
If you start,
I will do some research. Yes, don't you worry. It's fine. I mean, World
good.
Eaters is actually quite a good subject anyway. So
Yeah, we all love bodies. If you start demons and done beside Imperial Army, I have an Imperial Army.
he does.
I've got my big guard army, so I think that's how many points? Be about 7,000, maybe 7,000 point guard army.
Hmm.
Um, so I have been tempted actually as a more with doing a new Marine chapter, doing the Executioners. We mentioned them the other day. Maybe Renegades and Heretic faction folks. Yeah, so Executioners Renegade chapter that kind of did some naughty stuff, but the Imperium have forgiven them after their crusade of forgiveness, and I really love the style of them. So I'm very close, this close to starting an Executioner army. I just need to get the paint scheme down. The paint scheme is quite complicated, and it'll definitely challenge me, and I think it'll be worthwhile at the end.
I think it'll be good to
I've
see, mate.
even joined, yeah, I've joined a Badab group on Facebook. Yeah, maybe another Imperial army.
It's been a while since you've done one, though. To be fair, mate, as in like a new one.
Yeah,
I mean, you've
yeah,
been
yeah,
pretty good
definitely.
in comparisons like me. I mean, I've been I've got so many armies now. It's ridiculous. It's almost a bit too much, really.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can kind of lose your focus a bit. Like
Yes.
army, I know I can. I don't know about you, but I can definitely lose my way a little bit if I've got several. I have got several armies. I mean,
But I think what I've learned to do now is that
or at them, the Sons of Ran.
I think what I've learned to do with regards to focusing is I think now that, for instance, with my sisters, I obviously bought them quite a while ago and I didn't really do them. But I said to myself, right, let's just get this lot done, and then I'll do something else and focus on finishing what I've got for that army completely, and then I can concentrate and be more free to pick other things. So,
Mm.
but yeah, Demonkin, I agree with that as well. I'd love to see Demonkin again. I actually loved that book that you used to play against me, Dom. The Demonkin book.
Yeah, Demonkins are cool. I mean, these bloodletters would be perfect, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still kind of do Demonkin to a degree.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can have them in the same army, not in the same detachment. But you don't benefit from like blood types, etc. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
Oh, is that similar to the way like the super doctrine thing then? Is it if you don't have a full detachment or whatever it is? And sorry, you mean the blood type thing? Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So for Demonkin, the attachment was you had to have possessed. So that's why I converted my possessed.
Yeah.
I hated them. But it was like you have to take them. So I was, oh, right, okay, I'll make 5. Bare minimum. But
You love them now,
Demon
don't you?
King possessed, love them. I haven't. No, I want new models.
Yes, they need new models really. They're very flat and not very good in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely a hobby job. Yeah, Renegades and Heretics faction focus. We can do something on them maybe at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you comment on the next video and put Renegades and Heretics, hopefully we can do them. I mean, I'm not biased at all.
And ultimately, the way we look at it, the more we cover, the more we can move on to different ones eventually. Because we hope to go through a lot of this kind of stuff. And actually, we realised, I think, especially last week's episode on Space Marine Renegade chapters, I think we realised that if someone says chaos, it doesn't necessarily mean you're kind of stuck for a particular thing. You can just pick something from the chaos lineup, cover that, and then you can still have stuff in the bank for doing another one. So
yeah,
there's so many options.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of guys mentioning that like World Eater Codex is so required, and Khan, yes, I absolutely love Khan.
Do you? I never noticed, mate.
He's so good.
I don't know. I can't recall
Yeah, but
anything he's done.
Yeah, maybe we should have a whole video on Khan. I could easily do a like half-hour at least of Khan.
That's what I'm worried about.
That guy. Yeah, so guys, tune in for that on Friday. That'll be up, and yeah, it's good.
Yes, we're recording Thursday night, ready to go up probably Friday morning, we reckon. That's what we normally try and do. It was a bit later last week because I didn't quite get round to doing the edit until the morning.
Yeah, before it'll be up on Friday, and you guys can tune in and maybe mount up some skulls into a little throne and sit back and watch it.
That's why you can't go in your man cave, really, isn't it?
It's actually full of skulls.
It's just full of skulls. You've been collecting
and blood. It's a bit like that scene from The Shining with the elevator. Don't open the door. Skulls are coming out as well, maybe. Oh man, I'm getting excited about World Eaters. I love them.
Stop it! This is what happened with the executioners. That's what you started talking there. Then you're
so easily. Like, this is not a good idea, a financially good idea to keep doing these videos because I keep getting inspired.
Well, like I said, even after last night, I was tempted to sort of pick another bloody Renegade chapter. As in like not like a proper one, but like a make one because it sounded cool.
Yeah, cool. Renegade Marines are cool.
But I've got enough Marine armies. I really do. Red Scorpions, Grey Knights, Black Templars. Maybe start Carcharodons. There you
go. Yeah, let's do a proper badab. Let's get them and the Scorpions, and I'll get some Lamenters maybe, not a bit yellow.
Well, she's saying that. I mean, if you get the Executioners, technically, we can fight each other in the Badab War, can't we?
Yeah. So yeah, I joined the Badab group on Facebook, and I was like, well, I want to stay loyal to doing Badab War, and also probably have some Primaris in there as well, or probably a bit more competitive thing. So yeah, I'd definitely be more. I'll be well up for doing a little bit of Badab if I do my Executioners, which at this rate I am. I really need to get some experimental Marines to paint.
If you're serious, mate, I can drop you some off tomorrow or something. Just leave them at your door. If you want a couple of little test bodies or something.
Yeah, that'd be quite handy. Because it'd be quite cool to get started. I've got some good ideas.
Just wish I could come in and help you do it, but
no, you're not allowed in.
I know.
If you banned from my house, Tom.
Yeah, that's even when lockdown's not in forced either. Banned. So But yeah, that's just Dommy's harsh,
Big old meanie.
Coming along. Come on now. Silver time. Iron Halo. Done. I think the one thing I'm not a big fan of on this Primaris Chaplain, though, I don't like his weapon.
Whacking stick.
It's basically a skull on a stick. That's what it looks like to me, which is, fair enough. But I think I still prefer the, that style of Crosium, the full.
Yeah.
It just looks
nicer.
A
bit of weight behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, with a bit of luck there, mate. You might have some demon stuff at some point. You never know.
Yeah, the new Psychic Awakening stuff.
Oh, of course, yeah. We haven't spoken about that either, have we? Jesus, the Necron-y stuff.
Not the Necron stuff. The Necron stuff's not well.
Oh, you mean the demon Psychic Awakening? But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, demons, Chaos Knights, Admech, and obviously Loyal Knights. Admech had their big kind of like preview of models, which is pretty cool. Love the cavalry stuff. I don't think demons or Knights or Chaos Knights are going to get anything new. I think obviously Admech are being the big boys on this one. But the rules wise, I really hope demons get something because they struggle.
I think you'll get some new stratagems, definitely. I'll be very surprised, and I think they, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to say this, they're going to be in line with everyone else. You're going to get stuff that lets you advance and charge.
I mean, my Khorne demons aren't going to complain about that.
No, I know, but it'll be. I'm just saying it's going to be.
Yeah,
I feel like the more Psychic Awakenings I've seen, it's more about, in my opinion, giving lots of people very similar, slightly different weather stratagems. Personally. Because and in the name of kind of balancing it a bit, I think that's basically what it's for. But I do feel that you kind of can transplant certain things from one book to another one, and you're like, oh, that's basically the same one. This is the same thing,
Yeah, definitely. You see that a lot with like the Chaos Codex and the old Spaceman Codex. They're almost like for like in a lot of ways. Obviously, the Marine one kind of got a few more extra little tidbits in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Tints, but yeah, unfortunately, a lot of them are kind of very similar in those aspects.
Yes, you do need something to make Bloodthirsters worthwhile. I agree.
It's just painful, isn't it?
I've never seen Dom more sad when one of his Bloodthirsters dies. It's just
you don't take them. You just don't take Bloodthirsters. It's just.
I mean, I still remember that time you charged one into my Spartan. That was just that poor. Was it Bloodthirster or was it Demon Prince?
No, Demon Prince.
Oh, it was Demon Prince. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, I think the same thing might have happened though, to be honest.
I mean, sometimes they do quite well, but most of the time you just you put them in the warp. You have to put them in the warp to start with because you don't put them on the battlefield because you're dead straight away to put them on the battlefield. So you're using command points straight away to put them in the warp. You bring them down. You try a charge. You're going to fluff your charge. So you got your reroll, and you're going to fluff that as well. Sure.
I think they need to probably put something in to prevent the command point spending for putting stuff into the warp. And for deep strike, I think you should have that for free. I don't think it should be something that you have to pay for.
I think the positive to look into the demon stuff in the new Psychic Awakening is what prediction is like. Obviously, there'll be like the advanced charge thing, like you've said, Tom, but also the stratagems are going to be so low in command points. That's what I've seen so far. There seems to be like one command point.
It's I think there's only one 2-point cost one, I think.
Yeah, so you should have some nice ones.
Yeah, and that's what you need. No, I honestly think demons need it because I think demons got kind of shafted for quite a while now, in my opinion. So I'd like to see them come back as a kind of a not necessarily. I mean, I don't think they'll be competitive yet because I think they just to be competitive they need new models and new rules completely. I just don't think they can make that from one book. I don't think it's going to make them competitive. Well, they never know, it might do. I just doubt it.
Yeah, so what does everyone think of this? Like, we were talking about it yesterday. Obviously, like Space Marines, if you have a full detachment with no extra different other armies in there, you get your doctrines. But my argument for Chaos is it should be the opposite way round. That you should have to have demons, or let's say you've got a mixed force. So you've got Chaos Space Marines, you can have knights, you get demons, but you've got to have a mixed one, and then you can have some sort of rituals that are going on in the background. I think that'd be quite cool.
I agree with this completely, though. I actually genuinely
yeah.
do. I think it's like a cool idea because it's like the complete opposite to how an ordered Marine army would be.
Yeah, like the gods have aligned, and they're all like, "Hey, go for it, boys."
Well, maybe like a gods matrix. So if you have gods.
Oh, hello, Mr. Blue.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I think you're probably right with that comment as well. To be fair, Mr. Blue, I think it sounds about spot on. Just because it won't fix the actual army problems, but it will make certain things better, I suppose. But yeah, with your particular thing, I would like to see that as I think something like if you take gods that kind of like each other in the army with marks,
Yep.
well, make marks good. Basically, is what I'm saying. If you give something a mark or something like that, I think it should. Like for instance, if you take 3 units of mark of whatever and 3 units of mark, it gives you this or something like that. I think that would be quite a cool thing to have in there.
Yeah, because the good thing about Chaos, like specifically demons, is that you've got the keywords, and a lot of the keywords for demons and Chaos can cross over from one faction to the other, which you don't always have with Imperial forces.
No.
So it'd be quite nice to kind of enhance that feel for Chaos. That you can go, cool, I can have a bit of this and a bit of that, and make them really like varied armies. And like you've got so many resources, it'd be quite cool.
No, I like that idea.
Yeah, what do people think about that idea? Make Chaos great again.
Start the campaign, mate.
Sarah.
I mean, of course, you could also do that as well. I mean, but I suppose if you have you could have like a particular doctrine if you only take Khorne units as well. I mean, it does work that way as well. But I think the mixed one sounds quite cool as well.
I mean, yeah, exactly, Mr. Blue. It can kind of work both ways. So you could have like a Tzeentch army, so you could have basic Chaos Space Marines that are aligned with Tzeentch, Thousand Suns, Tzeentch Demons, and just kind of go with that. Have some sort of like bonus.
But I do find it particularly unfair that you don't get anything like that in the first place at all at the moment. So you don't have any super doctrines at all, do we?
Poor Chaos.
No.
I don't want to be. I'm turning into the salty Chaos player.
The 95th Praetorian Regiment, Dom. I hope
no,
give you nightmares.
Not those guys.
Have you beaten them yet?
He keeps chickening out, doesn't he? Some sort of global pandemic comes up and he
can't bring his boys in reds down anymore.
That's fine. He's scared of my guard, the Kitrin.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't think I've actually beaten him yet either, to be fair. So.
The problem is, Tom, we're in awe of his Praetorian army. So he gets us with the back foot straight away.
Yeah, it's the dazzling jackets and
plies you with dessert.
He plies you. Yeah, I mean that is a particularly strong benefit. Sorry, a bonus he has depending on how much dessert I've had. Oh, cool.
How dare you, sir?
Now you're speaking like a Praetorian. He's got you, Dom.
Mate, honestly, with like Mr. Praetorian, I won't say your real name over the internet. But when you come down, we'll do a Rorke's Drift with your Praetorians in the centre and my Renegades and Heretics charging at you.
Oh yeah, he said it's Sam anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
But we know it's you, mate.
Yeah, we know.
It's that lovely avatar you have, mate. It gives you away every time.
Yeah, so guys, if you check our channel out, you might see some guards with the Games of the Victorians turn out. And yeah, this is the gentleman behind it. Oh, there we go.
Had a clear out of YouTube to start. You're starting a channel?
Yeah, boy.
I presume this is the name of your channel is the 95th Praetorian Regiment. I'm going to presume. I mean,
yeah, Sam, we'll do the Orcs game with my Renegades and Heretics. I mean, you will butcher us to a man, and we'll be lucky to even get him within assault range. But I think it will be absolutely epic.
I'll get the Orcs going again as well. On that one, I think it'll be fun. I did lose that game badly last time, actually. Ooh, hello. Silver. Nice. Oh, well, it's been going for about an hour and a half, mate. Didn't realise.
Well, it's an extra long episode today.
Yeah.
Give it a bit longer. And,
yeah, no, so I'm all right at the moment. Don't you worry, mate. So I've been got to episode 7 of Clone Wars now. What they done?
Have you
watched a couple this afternoon before we started.
Nice.
Thoroughly enjoying it.
Good. I've finished my Clone Wars. I'm started Rebels yesterday after I logged off. And
cool.
yeah, it's very cool. I mean, Rebels is a little bit different to Clone Wars, but it's good. I know obviously there's a few tie-ins, so I'm looking forward to them.
Oh, come on now, boots.
Have you watched Mandalorian yet, Tom?
No, sorry, mate. It's on my list. Problem is, I don't tend to like watching stuff I haven't watched while I'm painting.
Yeah.
Because I can't concentrate on the painting. John Chard has a handsome death. Sing, damn it, sing! I must confess, actually, I genuinely watched the Zulu battle before the stream started.
Did you?
I don't know why. I just wanted to watch it for some reason, and I was thinking, oh god, yeah, get old Sam's army, get his army down, and I'll beat you again.
Oh,
yeah, he has. Yeah, he's beat you. Apparently, you've beaten him with the Crons.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we recorded that game, but as long as you remember, Sam. As long as you remember, that's the main thing. Yeah, I mean, The Mandalorian is awesome. Absolutely loved it. 8 episodes. And I think season 2 is coming out in September.
Oh, nice. I bet. Must get it watched before then.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm really into my Star Wars since I got Disney Plus. I'm like, all the Clone Wars, Mandalorian, and now Rebels.
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. Oh, make the chat go wild.
Oh man, this is actually turning out alright, this model. I'm quite enjoying painting this. It's got some really good detail in it.
I'll let you into a little thing of Mandalorian. It's no spoiler, by the way. It's just a funny little scene where there's 2 scout troopers with their jet bikes just sitting outside a little town, and there's a little tin can on the floor, and they get little blasters out, and they're just shooting at the tin can, and they're just missing every single shot. And I was just like chuckling away to myself.
That Daryl might have directed that at you, by the way.
Yep. I'm apparently old McGregor's come back for ABN, so
Hope so.
Hello there.
He was a good Obi-Wan, though, to be fair. You can't really knock him for his performance. I think it was very good.
Yeah.
He forgot.
The thing about
forgot the whole weekend, apparently. That's a lot of dessert.
Yeah, Mando is awesome.
Right, so I think I'm going to have to let some of this dry now.
I hope everyone in the chat is actually enjoying this as well, because I absolutely love doing these videos with you guys.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to have like a little group of guys and have a little chat and stuff. Although unfortunately you have to look at our ugly faces. And I say our ugly faces. This guy over here. Sam, I am painting blood deserts at the moment. I'm doing some dry brushing on them.
I am double chaplaining at the moment. Yeah, very messy at the moment because I'm doing all the white and stuff, so there's lots of over paintage going on. Yeah, I've got the limited edition chaplain and Primaris chaplain I'm working on, and I have a knight over here that I'm semi working on, which is basically, this is the one I am painting at the moment, which is my Templar knight household, which is going to be.
Hello.
Yes, that's the semi painted one. I'm just going to hold there for a minute so people can see it, because people said I took it away too quick last time. However, I have a painted one here, which is one I've pretty much finished. I've got a couple of little details. I've got to do the banner on this one actually. It will eventually hopefully look like this.
I think you should do some sort of Maltese cross on the banner.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm planning on doing. I've actually got some brass etchings left.
Oh, cool.
So I might actually use one of them on there, because they do actually look quite. It's just more about getting it molded to the banner, because obviously they're quite difficult to stick down flat anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'll just show you my collection of knights now. This is Vicky's knight that she painted, her Crimson Fist knight.
Yep.
Actually, I thought came out lovely.
I think Vicky put some pictures up on her Instagram.
Yeah, I think she did actually. Yeah, she did. Yeah, you're right.
A little plug for Vicky's
Vicky's Instagram.
Yeah. Search Crimson Fist on Instagram, and I'm sure Vicky.
Then I also have my Scorpion knight.
Nice.
Still got a little bit of detail to them. I've actually got to do the Scorpion emblems, which I've got stuck on. Just need to actually paint them.
So some of my Renegades and Heretics, some of you may or may not know, a friend of mine, Carl, painted my Renegades and Heretics for me because he's a very nice person. And he currently is working on my my Plague Ogrins and my Beastanders on my Renegades and Heretics. So they should be quite fun. They come back.
He does such a good job on them, to be fair.
Yeah.
They do look really good.
And when Carl does set up a decent Instagram or something, and anyone does want any commission painting doing, he is a very, very good painter.
Yes.
And a very nice gentleman as well. I don't know if he's listening. He's probably not. He might watch the
replay.
Yeah.
And Sam, I haven't seen that fortress for a long time, so I hope that comes out right. Oh, actually, do you know what, Sam? Another thing I was thinking about the other day. 1 second.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Sam, are you doing AOS or is this Fortress for your Praetorians?
Just gonna hold it there so Sam sees it. He'll remember this.
Yeah, no, Moritz needs a fist for his Templar one. Extra punchy.
Yeah, Vicky went with the I think it's the Crusader, that one, isn't it? I get confused with the Imperial ones. You always have to have a bloody name for everything, don't they?
Yeah, Vicky is. Yeah, she's her paint's really good. She's on Leviathan as well. It's Crimson Fist Leviathan. It's really cool.
Yeah, she's got quite into her 40k this year. I will do, Sam. I will definitely say hello to her. She's actually probably watching this at the moment. She may even say hey herself. I think I can hear my voice in the other room. Yeah, so we were talking about that big game the other week, weren't we, Dom? Actually, the big orc game.
Yeah, Sam, how many points was the Orc game?
Sure, that's what I forgot to do, isn't it?
Mr. Commissar Warwick's. Yeah. Your Rough Riders against my cultists was not pleasant. It was definitely like out of Lord of the Rings.
Just see if I can actually find the link for this video and I'll post it in chat because
Oh, nice. Lord of the Rings.
yeah. Still not sure about Lord of the Rings, so I should probably try it at one point, I guess, but it's not really grabbed my attention yet.
Anyone else in the chat play Lord of the Rings? Or Battle for Middle Earth now, isn't it? Cool.
Hmm? I trying to remember how big that game was actually, you know?
Yeah, it was a pretty epic game. So the game we're talking about, guys, we'll try and post a link
Yeah, I'm trying to find
on our
the editor
Facebook page.
basically. Yeah.
But it was Commissar Warwick who had a YouTube channel, and that's how he met Sam. And it was Imperial Guard versus Orcs, and Imperial Guard had to hold this massive board. Trying to think how big it was. Probably about 12 foot long.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, I think that
12
sounds
foot by
right.
about 6 foot. There was a really long board, and Orcs had to slowly. Yeah, it might have been 20,000 points, and the Orcs kept regenerating and slowly pushing themselves up the battlefield. And the Praetorians and the Kitrin and Warwick's Cadian and there's some Catachan there. They held the line against the Orcs. So they came wave after wave, and it was a spectacular game to be a part of. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, it was absolutely awesome to get so many Guard armies and Orc armies in one place.
Yeah, it was quite an epic weekend actually. It was the 3-day, that wasn't it? If I remember correctly. I do remember being slightly hungover.
Yep.
He was very hungover.
Yeah, the guy hosting had some Polish moonshine, and myself
Oh,
and Sam partook quite a bit in
I
this
had I
moonshine.
had a shot of it, and I was like, no more. And
It's when it's in jam jars when you know it's good.
it's Jack Charles. Yeah, I must admit, I'm having trouble finding the guy who did the edits at some point.
Yeah, we'll carry on looking for it
Yeah, I'll have a look for it.
because
I'm letting stuff.
I'd quite happily rewatch that.
I mean, just looking at the armies would be quite cool, to be fair, to see where we come from. Because it was, I found our collaboration one we did that time when we had the Blood Angels and stuff.
Corn.
Yeah, the cool one. This is when we had our second. Was that our first or second visit? That must have been the first visit. So I think we planned to do it after, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bugged that I haven't been able to find it yet. The other thing is the fact it's all painted as well, wasn't it? That's the other big thing about it.
Yeah.
I remember some of the painted sets from the Orc Army were fantastic. Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
no. Oh no, that is
Yeah.
the other version of Apocalypse. We don't talk about that. Which is how many years ago was it anyway? It's another good question.
Goodness.
7 or 8 years, something like that.
No, oh no, it was a lot sooner than that.
Was it?
Probably about 2, 3 years ago.
No,
Yeah, I reckon 3 years ago.
I think it's longer than that, mate.
Cool. All right. It was lovely to speak with you, and hopefully see you again soon.
Oh yeah, take care of yourself, mate. Thanks for stopping in. We haven't played Necromunda yet, no. Even though you have provided me with not much of an excuse not playing it. In fact, actually, Sam, just to prove they haven't gone walkabout.
Sold them. Sold all of them, Sam.
I do have them here. Yeah, they're ready. I need to see Dom to agree to come over and have a game. Yeah, very nice paint job on these, by the way, mate.
Well, maybe if Sam was to start a channel, we can plug his stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, you could become a commission painter. Commission painter Sam.
I mean, he would have to charge you for doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want anything for free. That'd be rude.
Right, been going for an hour and a half now.
I know. It's been quite a good
Yeah.
good session actually.
See if we
Yeah.
can get another 15 minutes out of this, I reckon.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right, mate. That's fine by me. Yeah, I must admit, I don't know whether this video may has just dropped off somewhere, to be honest, mate. I do recall finding it fairly easy last time. Well, if I do find it, I'll post the link up. I won't forget this time if I do find it, obviously. But because if I remember correctly, I believe the guy who edited it kept a copy on his channel. So
Yep.
I just can't remember what his name was, frustratingly. Yeah, maybe I should get some moonshine in for when Sam comes over next, actually.
Start brewing it now, Tom.
Yeah, get something good in. Might help me win the game against him.
I don't think it will. I don't think it will help you at all.
No.
As we have discovered, alcohol and gaming doesn't always go hand in hand, Thomas.
No, I know. It doesn't stop me though. I do think this alleged 10-second delay is a bit longer sometimes.
Yeah, I hope the delay doesn't affect anyone.
Obviously, we are answering these questions sometimes, and it just feels like sometimes the replies coming almost 2 or 3 minutes after when we said it. You just keep everything. That's fair enough. Oh no, I've gone on the white with black. Oh, damn it. That's frustrating. Get the clean brush out. See if we can get it off. Yes, just about. Perfect.
Blood letters, blood letters.
We've gone into that kind of mindset now. We're just like, gotta paint.
Oh man, I've got so many dry brushes here. I've got 3.
I'm making dry brushes at the moment. I realised because basically I actually did a bit of a stock take of brushes earlier, and I determined that these are all of my busted ones now. As you can see,
Yeah.
these are my almost busted ones. I've got about 8 here, almost busted ones, and I've got some brand new ones I haven't opened up yet. But yeah, some of these this one's like rock solid. I could probably actually injure someone with that one because the tip is so strong with paint.
Well, my dry brushes tend to start off quite nice, and then you tidy them up a little bit. Like got my, as some of you may have noticed, I've got a pair of scissors here. So I have been tidying them up a little bit, and then after a while they get demoted to basing dry brushes.
Ah, yeah.
Basing, they tend to find their way into the dry brushing kit.
Here we go. 2.
Ooh, fancy pants.
2 artificial layer brushes. Well, I found I can't paint with. I mean, I think the best brush, my most used brush is now the artificial layer, because I found the small layer one wasn't really cutting it anymore for certain details. But I have one of these as well. Look, I have the red one as well. Nice dry brush actually, this one. Although it does flay out quite a bit in my opinion. Apparently you're supposed to get some of this brush soap. It's supposed to do a really good job on them. So I'm pondering about trying it, but
there's all sorts of things that can factor into a decent brush, though, aren't there? I do tend to find that sometimes, like with brushes in general, that you can just have luck of the draw.
This is true, actually. I know what you mean.
Yeah, sometimes you can have a brush and it can last forever. So I'm not slating any particular make, because I've had a very kind of varied lot of brushes here. And like, for instance, I've got an army painter brush here. I've got 2 Citadel brushes here.
Yeah.
And sometimes they last really well, other times they just die in a horrible mess.
Actually, I think I took one out. I took a brush out the other day and it was actually bad right from the beginning. And the problem is I can't remember when I bought it. So I didn't really have a lot of choice. I'll just use it as doing kind of wide basin. Yeah, so brush soap. So I might have to try it, to be honest, because I've actually got a lot of brushes here that I might actually be able to save if I just did that. So I might order some and give it a go next month. So
Anyone else got any tips on brushes for the last 5 minutes? We can talk about brush tips. How to keep your brushes alive.
How to keep it straight.
How to keep brushes straight. Not laying off everywhere.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I mean, I discovered the bio strip as well for model stripping. That's good. Obviously, you use that for one of your rhinos, I think, if I remember correctly, Dom.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I most of my stripping for models now I tend to use Dettol,
Oh god, I've tried
which is
Dell.
quite messy. But if you've got Dettol around the house, just go for it.
No, I must admit, you've
Give it a
probably
go.
got quite a
It's a
bit of
bit,
Detto, haven't you?
yeah, yeah. So Dettoling it all over the place. Yeah.
Hmm. I must admit, I store my brushes on their side actually. Typically, I just lay them down.
Yeah, yeah. Mine tend to be lying down as well. I used to. I've got one of those paint stations, like the MDF ones,
Hmm.
like GW used to do years ago, and you have the holes where you can sit the brushes, and that it used to be upright, but since then I just did to store them horizontally.
No, I'm trying to think why there'd be a difference between that. Anyway, I mean, I suppose gravity might pull the edges out further. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, I think as well if you've got moisture retained in your brush or paint still,
Hmm.
obviously there's the idea of it going down into the actual binding part of the
Oh,
brush.
true.
I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
the actual
That
terminology
is.
of it. That can
Yes,
cause some
I
damage.
know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. Actually, that's quite a valid point.
But if it's horizontal, you've got more of a chance of it coming out the
Really, you
end.
need to put them facing down then. Really, you need something you can
Yes.
push them. I just wedge mine into some toilet paper and leave it there. Right. Well, I think we're probably about done for tonight, mate.
I think we are probably done for tonight.
So.
So, guys, thank you very much for. Yeah, I was right about something. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and taking part in our little sit and chat. And
Yes,
hopefully, we'll see you all next time.
indeed.
Um, and we will, yeah, see you next time. Take care of yourselves and
Yeah.
enjoy your hobbying. And yeah,
Yeah. Take
Happy
care,
Friday.
everyone,
Remember
and
that.
we'll speak to you all soon, and hopefully catch you on the next stream.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, take care.
very
Toodaloo.
well.